So in this video, we're going to look at how to set up our flatbed cutter with Onyx 25. So I'm going to open up Thrive first and go to File, Manage Cutters. This will then give us a list of all of our available cutters. Now, you might not have all the same cutters, and that's because it is all down to your license that you have for Onyx. So for some cutters, you may need to upgrade your license. For our JWEI cutters, we have two options. Eurosystems OptiScout, which comes with a standard license, and then Eurosystems OptiScout 2 that comes with the upgraded license, flatbed cutter support license. So I'm going to look at the standard one first. I can configure that. Now I can actually change the name of it, so we can actually create duplications of the same cutter, and we can have different outputs for different reg mark positions or different barcodes or different intervals. So we can then change our barcode settings, put a large barcode on there. We can change our mark settings, so margins, image margins. We can also then put intermediate registration marks which go between the marks, so we can say that we can have a reg mark every 500 mil or 300 mil or something like that. We can change our whether we'd like them to be in the Y direction and the X direction. But that's about it. Now you cannot change where this cut file will save to, and it will always just save to our standard folder here, which is the C drive, Onyx Thrive 25, and then in the cutter folder, that's where they'll all go. Press OK on that one, and that's it. Like I said, we can also duplicate that, and we can call it something else. And I could delete that as well. Now on to the OptiScout 2. If I configure that, you'll see that we've got more options in here. We've got print to barcode to print. So this is a much more sort of bigger setup for the barcode. So we can actually utilize the QR codes on the JWEI. So we have either none, or we can go top, bottom, left, right, four corners, and we'd normally go with a QR code. Print barcode label means it's actually going to print the number on there as well. QR code size, so we can change the sizes of that as well. Barcode with top and bottom, we don't actually use this feature purely because what it will do is it will create a barcode with a numerical value. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and then it will put a T at the end of it, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, B. Now, what that means is that one barcode will be at the top of the job, which will have T. The other barcode will be at the bottom of the job, which will have B. Now, all it does though is this will create one output file, and the name of the output file will be 1, 2, 3. So when you go to scan your barcode on your cutter, it won't be able to read it because actually the name will be 123T or 123B. So we turn that one off. That's just for sort of manual sort of setup if you're not using the actual QR code for scanning. Cut path rotation. So if you want to put a rotation in the cut path automatically, so let's say every time it comes onto your cutter, it's always 90 degrees out, we can change that in here. Enable positioning marks, puts arrows on your job so that you know which way around the job goes when you're manually looking at it. We can change our mark size, so we normally have a 6mm registration mark. We can have the mark X margins and the image margins. Our print intervals, so again, how far apart they are. We normally go for about 350. And the same in the Y direction. And that means it's going to have a reg mark every 350 mil at least. We can append the job name to the cut file, so that means that our cut file will have the barcode number as the name and also the job name as the name as well, and it will create a name for it then. And we can now set an output path to where these cut files go. So that could be straight to your cutter or to a server or wherever. On the right hand side, we can also access the Eurosystems material database, and we can set that up with our job as well. Our only issue with this is that it will use our profile name instead of an actual material name. So what we normally do is we'll set this up in OptiScout instead of on here. So I'm going to press OK. I'm going to press done. So now when I bring a job in, like this one here, I can then go to my, once it's ripped, I can then go to my job properties. or job editor. I can choose my print mode, and then I can choose my contour cutter selection as Eurosystems OptiScout 2. Once that re-rips, we'll now see on our preview that we now have registration marks on our job ready to go. So that's how we set up our flatbed cutter in Onyx 25.